My name is Charlotte Cross, and my candidate number is 0059.
My name is Heidi Quill, and my candidate number is 0081.
Pray let me introduce myself to you. My name is Miss Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew. Oh, what a lovely hat you own. Oh, I like you already more than I can say. Oh, I can tell we're going to be great friends, Miss Fairfax. My first impressions of people are never wrong.
Oh, how nice of you to like me so much after we've only known each other for such a comparatively short time. Pray sit down.
Oh, I may call you Cecily, may I not?
Oh, with pleasure.
Oh, and now you will always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
Well, if you wish.
Well, then that is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Well, perhaps this would be a favourable opportunity for my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. He's Lord Bracknell. You've never heard of Papa, I suppose?
No, I don't think I have.
Outside of the family circle, Papa, I am glad to say, is entirely unknown. Now, I think that's quite as it should be. The home seems to me to be a proper sphere for a man, and certainly once he begins to neglect his domestic duties, he becomes painfully effeminate, does he not? Yes. And I don't like that. It makes men so very attractive.
Oh, excuse me.
Sybil?
Cecily.
Cecily, yes. Mamma, whose views on education are remarkably strict, Cecily, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. It's part of her system. So would you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Oh, no, not at all, Gwendolyn. I'm very fond of being looked at.
No. Legs together. Step straight. 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 Ah. Oh. You're here on a short visit, I hope, I suppose?
Oh, no, I live here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years resides here also?
No, I have no mother. Nor, in fact, any relation.
Indeed.
Oh, but my guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Well, yes. I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh, it is strange. Mr. Worthing never mentioned to me that he had a ward. Oh, how secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. I am not sure, however, that the news does not inspire me with feelings of unmixed delight. I'm very fond of you, Cecily. In fact, I've liked you ever since I met you. But I am bound to state that now I know you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help expressing a wish you were just a little older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly...
Oh, pray do, for I think when anyone has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
Well, to speak with perfect candour, Cecily, I wish you were fully 42, and more unusually plain for your age. My Ernest was a strong, upright nature. He is the very soul of truth and honour. Disloyalty is impossible to him as deception, but even men of the noblest moral character are extremely susceptible to the physical charms of others. What no less in ancient history supplies me with many most painful examples of what I refer to. If it were not so, history would be quite unreadable.
Oh, look, I beg your pardon, Gwendolyn. But did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh! But it is not Ernest who is my guardian, it is his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
Huh? No. I'm afraid they haven't been on good terms in a very long time.
Oh, no. Yes. Well, that accounts for it. And now that I think of it, I've never heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Cecily, you've lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. Oh, it would be terrible for any cloud to come across a friendship like ours, would it not?
Yes.
Of course. You are quite sure. So Mr. Ernest Worthing will not.
Oh, I'm quite sure, Gwendolyn. In fact, I am to be his.
I beg your pardon?
But there is no point in you making it a secret, to, for our local country newspaper is sure to chronicle the fact next week. That Mr. Ernest Worthing and I were engaged to be married.
My darling Cecily, there appears to have been some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement is to reach the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
No, you must be under some kind of misconception.
No.
You see, Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yes, that is certainly very curious. He asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do. Oh. Yes, I never travel anywhere without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read on the train. I am so sorry, dear little Cecily. If you come as any disappointment to you, but I'm afraid that I have the prior claim.
Well, it would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolyn. If it caused you any mental, well, or physical anguish. But I feel bound to the stake to point out that since Ernest proposed to you first,
Yes, you did.
well, he's clearly changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been, should we say, entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once with a firm hand.
Well, whatever entanglement my poor boy may have gotten into, I shan't approach him once we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew?
Oh, as an entanglement.
On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It has become a pleasure.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into our engagement? How dare you! Now is no time for the shallow masks of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I am glad to say that I have never seen a spade. It would appear that our social spheres have been wildly different. Ah!
Shall I lay tea as usual, miss?
Yes, thank you.
Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Oh yes, a great many. From the top of one of those hills close, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties. Oh, I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
Oh, I suppose that's why you live in a town.
Quite a well-kept garden this is, Miss Cardew.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
Yes, I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people in London.
Yes, I can't understand how anybody manages to exist in the country. If anybody who is anybody does. The country always bores me to death.
Oh, I hear that's what the newspapers are calling agricultural depression. Here the aristocracy are suffering greatly from it at the moment. Almost an epidemic amongst them, I've been told. Oh, may I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Thank you. Detestable girl! But I require my tea.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore. Bless.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays.
Pass this to Miss Fairfax.
Thank you. You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar. And though I asked most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake. Now I am known for the gentleness of my disposition and the extraordinary sweetness of my nature. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
What's that? You can go. To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl, there are no lengths that I would not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I thought that you were false and deceitful. I am never deceived in such matters. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
Oh, it appears, Miss Fairfax, that I am trespassing on your ever so valuable time.
Quite.
No doubt you have many other calls of a similar nature to make in the neighbourhood.